OP finds out that spicy food may not be for them.
He's white.
I don't know. Who knows?
Whoa. We don't know that.
He's white.
Let's get into it. I wish we did find out, but it's never brought up.
God damn it.
I'm white.
I'm white male, 29. All right.
I'm not racist, but
But I gotta say, I'm white.
Leave another 2 stars, you dumbass bitch who left that.
I used to pride myself on my ability to handle spice. But today, technically yesterday as I'm writing this, I was proved wrong. This all started when I decided to order some hot pot from my favorite local restaurant.
Ooh.
This place offers also, we'll get into it as the story, but this person sounds like they got hot pot to go, which I didn't know was possible. And I also don't know how that technically works.
I wonder if they got a kit.
I don't know
Maybe.
what hot pot is, to be honest.
So Josh, just for other Wikimaniacs, it's kind of like, you know how we did Korean barbecue, but instead of a grill, it's just a hot pot of
soup.
broth.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you can get
Okay.
different like broth bases.
Yeah. And then you pretty much get like a thinly sliced cut of meat, like how you get in Korean barbecue, and then you swirl it around that hot soup, essentially.
To cook it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not my go-to. I'm not a huge soup guy, so.
I actually don't drink the broth at all. I just cook my meat and eat as much meat as I possibly can.
John's dying over this.
Do people really, do people finish the broth? But the only reason I think it's empty is because, I'm using so much to cook and then the heat evaporates and blah, blah,
No,
blah.
I drink
You
the
be drinking
broth,
that shit?
which is, this is another crazy thing too. You guys can be like, what the fuck? I eat so much vegetables when at hot pots.
That is
Okay,
crazy,
wait.
actually.
That's fantastic. I'm happy for you, but was that before last year when you ate no vegetables?
I don't know. I only kind of really started hot pot for me. I only really started eating hot pot 2-3 years ago. So
Yeah.
but every time we go, my bowl is usually filled with all the greens that I could possibly get there. So
Wow.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know.
that's
It just
crazy.
tastes good.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's how you got your fiber for the last 3 years.
That's why I don't push
time to go to
logs."
hot pot. this
Yeah.
week."
My logs it comes out smooth.
All right,
baby.
let's get into the story.
No more poop talk today.
Actually, I hate to tell you, you gotta, Matt. You gotta know where the story's going. You gotta know where the story's going.
That's why I alluded to it. If it's spicy, that's gonna hurt, John.
You know what this story's
The
about.
worst part is I have to listen to this again when I edit it.
And then when you clip it. All right. This all started when I decided to order some hot pot from my favorite local restaurant. Now, this place offers a range of spice levels. Level 0 for those who cannot handle any type of heat whatsoever. Level 1 for a mild kick. Level 2 for a medium amount of heat. Think maybe spicy ramen or hot buffalo wings.
Hell yeah, that's where I live.
Level 3 for a serious dose of burn your mouth heat. And level 4, which can only be intended for consumption by the descendants of the deepest depths of hell.
Ugh.
I started at level 2 my first time and found it quite bearable. So I moved up to level 3 from there, which I had several times and was still able to consume without any serious discomfort. Fast forward to today, when I decide it's time to kick things up a notch. I order the level 4 spice, which the restaurant describes as simply burning hot.
Oh no.
No. Do you ever go all the way hot on a spice? When I always go the one right before the hottest. Like with Thai food, I always go 4 out of 5.
It depends. So if it's a new restaurant, I'd always go medium first just to try it, and then when I come back, it's usually I
4.
do it one or 2 steps.
Hell yeah.
I live in the medium range. I'll do hot every once in a while, but I don't know. I like to not die when I'm eating my food.
Not feel
so,
pain.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's different though. But when I get Nashville hot sandwich, then it's usually the one below the hottest.
Oh, even if it's a new place?
Even if it's a new place, yeah.
Respect. All right, so there is definitely a noticeable burn with each bite of this level 4 spice, but that's not too unusual. At first, I attribute it mostly to the temperature of the soup base and simply ignore the mounting pain because the food is so delicious. Meanwhile, though, my nose is running like crazy. My lips and chin are stinging from the stray drops of broth, and each new mouthful burns so badly that I am panting in a useless attempt to give my tongue respite from the heat.
Just stop, man. Stop eating.
I only managed to eat about half of it before I noticed that I'm feeling uncomfortably full. I then have a bit of water, which obviously does nothing to assuage. That's a new word for me. I'm sorry, guys. Assuage is how it's spelled. Assuage?
Make an unpleasant feeling less intense.
Hell yeah. Now,
That's exactly that description.
Hell yeah, that's a good word.
That is a good word.
When your ass hurts.
Yeah. When your ass urge, the burning. I know that milk is supposedly supposed to help, but I despise that stuff and I don't keep it around my house. So that was not an option. I do a quick Google search and it tells me that starchy foods such as bread can help. I have some crackers on hand. Same thing, right? Kind of. The mouth burning sensation goes away for a few minutes of eating crackers, so I think I'm in the clear. Wrong. That's when the full deadly force of the hot pot finally hits my guts.
No.
The onset of pain is rapid. The mild discomfort that I had been feeling transforms into gut-wrenching agony. The sudden rush of sensation takes my breath away. Doubled over, I rush to the bathroom. Vacating my bowels only helps slightly. It takes the pain from a 100 down to a 99.8. I still feel like I'm on death's door.
Dude, the next day is going to be worse than that.
This is like when we did the
next day is the worst.
ones.
I was going to say, I want to do that again.
I low-key definitely want to do hot ones again, for sure.
But I want to do it in person with you guys so we don't have to buy 3 separate kits.
Oh, cost effective.
Smart. Wow, look at you, business guy.
Oh, thank you.
Once I make it to the toilet, I flop onto the floor just outside the bathroom door. A sensation like hellfire is ravaging the lining of my stomach. I'm rendered immobile, cursing, grasping, drooling. I try to take deep breaths, but it doesn't help. I quickly have to stagger back to the toilet for round 2. This time, I'm hunched over, shaky, sweaty, groaning. My mouth starts to fill with bile. Now, I'm not sure which end needs to be pointed at the toilet bowl. I stand up and flush, then lean over the toilet for a minute. The new position sends fresh shockwaves of stabbing, twisting pain through my guts. I decide I don't know what that hot pot feels like coming back through my nose, so I forcibly swallow back the bile. Again.
Oh my God.
Again, I find myself face down on the floor. This time, I am with trembling hands searching the web for advice. Surely, I need medical attention, but I'm in too much pain to get myself anywhere. And while I seriously contemplate contacting emergency services, the humiliation factor is far too great. My web search for, quote, extreme stomach pain spicy food yields mostly unhelpful results. These fools with their cute little articles about avoiding spicy foods before bedtime and drinking non-fat milk cannot conceive of the predicament that I am in. This feels like every stomach flu I have ever had as a kid, dialed up by about 10. It feels the way torture must feel. This is the type of pain that makes enemy spies confess any and everything just to make the pain stop. During round 3 or 4 on the toilet, I eventually regain enough mental clarity to remember the existence of Tums. I fling myself.
The first thing I thought of was like Pepto or something like that. You know?
Something. I fling myself off the toilet and crawl to my kitchen. Proceed to dump the entire contents of my medicine cabinet onto the floor in search of them. I could cry from relief when I find a bottle of Tums. Immediately, I take 5 tablets and assume
that can't be good for you. That can't be good.
Then assume the least painful position I can find. on my knees with my face on the floor. It takes a few minutes, but the burning sensation in my stomach begins to fade. I have the sense to sit up once I am able to so that gravity can do its job in keeping the contents of my stomach down. After about 10...
This says don't take more than 5 tablets of Tums in 24 hours.
Hey, so right.
2 minutes.
You followed the rules technically.
He probably took more after.
After 10 or 15 minutes, I feel well enough to stand and clean myself up. I foolishly believe this whole ordeal to be over. After a shower and a clean of the bathroom, I remember that I have some ice cream in the freezer, and although I'm feeling wildly nauseous, I decide to try having a few bites, hoping that it will take away the lingering burn and minimize my pain later on when the contents of my stomach pass into my intestines.
Wrong.
Then I crawl into bed and start watching Netflix. But before long, I feel my mouth start to water heavily.
No.
I first tried to ignore it, but this is unlike anything I've ever experienced before. I cannot swallow quickly enough to keep all of it down. I finally get up when my mouth is filled to bursting with liquid. As soon as I'm vertical, I realize my mistake. I speed to the bathroom just in time to vomit all over, not in, the toilet.
Jesus Christ.
Close enough, I guess. The hot pot is no less spicy coming back up. As predicted, my nose and throat now feel as though they are too ravaged by hellfire. Rinsing my mouth does not help. Blowing my nose makes it feel even worse. I force myself to snort a solution of water and baking soda, which helps mildly, and I took a few more Tums. Oh,
Dude.
there it is.
He did it.
But from there, it's a waiting game. Eventually, I start to feel like I'm half alive again, though still way too nauseous to even drink water. This all went down about 18 hours ago. I put myself to bed just before 7 p.m., and after about 12 hours of sleep, I still feel pretty damn queasy.
God,
Don't think I'll be having anything more spicy than a piece of plain toast for a while. Has anyone gone through something similar?
I like how you ended on that.
Yeah, ends it on that one.
I will say
else.
horrific things that you had to go through, but I gotta respect the writing.
The writing was beautiful.
It was well
I
done.
was watching it in my head the whole time. I'm like, dude, I can see it. I can see what you're
I
going
can see too much.
I sometimes wish it was less vivid.
I wish you were
also,
less
I will
good of a
say-
storyteller.
The Wikimaniacs will hate this episode.
Get therapy.